What's going on, guys? We are, like, double check this, make sure we're live. And we are live. Okay. So, I just had a couple picks to fly through real quick. Uh, Super late to get this video out, so we're gonna go through it real quick together and get through this, okay? So, Ketlin Souza versus Irene, I forget how to say it, Carnelossi. I had Ketlin Souza here. I think they're very similar fighters. The way I was breaking down this fight and looking at this fight, very similar fighters. I would not bet on this fight. Um, I just think Souza has the crisper game to me. She throws more strikes. That volume I think is going to add up, and it kind of is a testament to her cardio as well. So I could see her making it ugly. If it makes it to the third, then I think she walks away with a 29-28, maybe split decision. But yeah, I go Kelton Souza here. Now this one, Jesla Chavez versus Yunizi Dubin. Look, Yunizi Dubin, however you say it, I'm sorry, I'm gonna butcher these fucking names. She looked great. She got that amazing knockout on her Dana White Contender Series debut. She looked great. And Jesla Chavez looks just as good in the regional scene. But then, she had her debut, you know, and to be fair, against a tough opponent, and I don't think anyone was taking away the fact that it was a tough opponent. We see that now, but the way she got knocked out, it was brutal, dude. It was bad. She looked real bad. So it's a tough one. Chavez shown that knockout ability, so it's like, is this the best fight for her to take next? I don't really think so. But even with that, I'm gonna go Dubin here. I'm gonna go Dubin. Um, I think someone's going to sleep here. I think this is a great, great prospect fight to make in the women's division. Um, I think both of them are going to have great careers as women in the uh, flyweight division. So I still think Dubin here, but I wouldn't be surprised if Chavez comes out with a knockout. All right, we move on. Jordan Levitt, Joanderson Brito. This is a weird fight. This is a weird one to me. This is a weird. I was kind of flopping back and forth on this. Didn't really know who to pick. I still kind of feel that way. I think I'm gonna go Joanderson Brito here. I think Joanderson Brito has, a crisper stand-up, crisper boxing game. Obviously, he's pretty good on the ground too. Same with Jordan Levitt, but Levitt probably has better jiu-jitsu, while Brito has a little bit better wrestling. Not that he uses it that much, but still, I I'm gonna go Brito here. I'm gonna trust my gut. This is another one I probably wouldn't bet on. This is just a tough one to kind of get going. I go Brito here. And we move on. Francilla Trochiera versus Chelsea Chandler. Now, my first thought with this was instantly Francilla Trochiera. I thought easily, easily. And then I kind of went back and looked at it. You know, they both are basically the same fighter, right? Huge, huge for the division, huge female fighters in general. This is another reason I think there should be a 145. But we'll we'll save that for another video. I think honestly Chelsea Chandler is bigger, which is crazy to think about, is bigger than Priscilla Chochiera. And with that being said, I kind of like her boxing better too. I think is crisper. Obviously, she can throw some decent kicks too. I think they're underrated. I'm gonna go Princilla here, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Chelsea Chandler win that one. See, just bad fights to bet on today. These are gonna be some interesting fights for sure. Now, Bruno Silva versus Edgar Chairez. I'm gonna go Edgar Chairez. I understand this is a big step up for Edgar Chairez in terms of competition, and I understand that Bruno Silva really is a good fighter. Obviously one of his last losses, or I believe it might be his last loss, is to Joshua Van, the champ. But even with that, I just I think Edgar Chairez might be too rangy for him. And let me help you understand what I mean by this. It's not Charles Johnson where he's almost too rangy that Bruno Silva can get to him. He can get to the body, get him down and get a rear naked choke. I don't think that at all. I don't think that's what we're going to see in this fight. I think Edgar Chairez uses his range well. I think he's good at getting out of trouble. Obviously, takedown defense is great. I just think, and with this one, I'll actually give a certain prediction on this. I could see Edgar Chairez by either a third round TKO or even a third round submission. I could see Bruno Silva, trying to force something, trying to force him down, look for a rear naked choke, look for some other type of submission, or maybe even get damage on the bottom to steal the last round and win it. And I could just see Edgar Chairez either, getting off of that and putting him out, or, at least enough to where the ref stops the fight, or I could see him, maybe jumping guillotine. Who knows? Something. I could see something. I gotta go Edgar Chairez. I'm gonna go third round finish. Now we move on to Marcus McGee and John Yanis. Weird, weird fucking uh next fight for Marcus McGee. How are you gonna fight the current champ in your last fight, and then your next fight you're fighting John Yanis? I know John Yanis looks like a nice prospect, but he is not. I think it's good. He's going to be shown levels here. I just gotta say it. I know it's not always as simple as that. It's not always as simple as you look at the Sean Strickland Israel Adesanya fight. You look at uh you look at Sean Strickland Hamzat Chimaev fight. I mean, Sean Strickland, he's the goat at this. Where it just looks like this fight shouldn't have even been made. But and like we said with Sean Strickland, sometimes they put it on him. Sometimes they dominate. So I think for me, going by my gut, I'm gonna go Marcus McGee. I could even see 30-27 Johnny 30-27 Marcus McGee over Johnny Ennis. I just think he's gonna show him levels. He's gonna show him the experience and being here. I think Marcus McGee, having been in there with the current champ, is going to light a fire under him to try to get back to that status. And I think this is the start of that. So I could see him, Marcus McGee, by decision here. Don't know why they made this fight catch weight for 130. I couldn't tell you why they made this fight or why it's above the past two fights in the card. We got Matt Snell versus Alessandro Costa. I'm going Costa here, and I'm going pretty hard Costa here. I know Matt Snell, he got he got the length on him. He's bigger too, so I understand that, but at the same time, I think Costa is a way better fighter. I think he has better boxing. I think he has better grappling. He doesn't use it much. He doesn't go down there much, but I think he has better grappling. I think while Costa picks his shots a little bit more, he lands way more meaningful shots. And with that being said, Matt Snell is known for getting absolutely knocked out. So he's just known, just chin. The chin is going crazy. And I just can't, I don't see a way where he wins this fight. So we're gonna go Alessandro Costa here. Moving on, dude. That's just crazy. Now this is another one I don't know why they made. I will I will Baranowski. I will. We all know I will. His banner of a fight he had last time out. Probably fight of the year. We'll see. I heard people saying Hokit Curtis Blaze. I think their fight was better, even if it was one round. But I just think this is going to be a I will massacre here. I just don't think Junior Tafa has a chance in hell. Not even close. I'm telling you right now, I think I will goes out there and knocks him out in the first round. First round. It makes it look easy. Now, little bit chinny in that fight. It's a little bit crazy to kind of say that because they're both going down, both getting knocked down, and obviously it came out on top. A little bit chinny. So we know Junior Tafa, he can put people out, and that's about it. So he definitely something that I was to look out for. But Junior Tafa invented chinny. He is chinny. He can't grapple. He can't do almost anything. He's basically a cone in there. But that's good for I will Baranowski. I tried it. And I think Iowa wins this easily. First round. First round. Not TKO. Flush knockout. Now, Bryce Mitchell versus Santiago Luna. I'm actually very excited about this fight. I'm very excited. I think Santiago Luna is probably one of the best prospects we have in the UFC right now. He's only 21 years old, but he fights much older. He fights very wise. He's very well rounded. He's good at taking people down. He's good on the ground in the grappling exchanges, and he's obviously good on the feet. Great on the feet, even I would say. Crisp boxing. He has some real good kicks in there as well. Sorry if it seems like I'm just raving on this guy, but it's true. It's just true. Santiago Luna is going to be a champion in this division, and I will fight anyone on this. Now, this is weird because, 135, Bryce Mitchell going down. I think it's the best thing for Bryce Mitchell. I always thought he was a little bit small for 145. So who knows what we see out of Bryce Mitchell, though? He's already proven that he can wrestle with the best of them at 145. So 135, it might be too little. He might be able to just get him down, stay on him, either work towards a submission or just ground and pound, you know. So this is a very tough fight for Santiago Luna. I think he'll rise to the occasion, but I can see it going either way. And this one is one of those ones where it seems like a clear cut uh, finish, where we could see Bryce Mitchell submitted him, or we could see Santiago Luna get a TKO. But I think this one is going to go the distance. I think we're going to see Santiago Luna. I see 29-28. Now, Fares Zain versus Tom Nolan. We're going Tom Nolan by French in the second round, okay? Tom Nolan is going to knock this French fucker out second round, gone. Get him the fuck out of here. Get him back to France. Don't want him. Don't want Cyril gone. Don't want BSD. Don't want him. Don't want any of them. Get him back. Gone. Get out of here. William Gomez, goodbye. Get him out of here. I'm telling you right now, Tom Nolan is going to pack up Zaim faster than you've ever seen. I know I say that, and then I say second round. Truthfully, if we're being honest, I really do think that Tom Nolan does finish him in the second round. I think TKO, I could see it. I think he has very underrated takedown defense, and I think that's Zaim's key to victory is taking him down and kind of trying to show him levels on the ground. But even with that, Tom Nolan has shown that he can get those submissions on the ground. So is Zaim gonna get pieced up, shoot for something, and then get submitted? Maybe. I think Tom Nolan pretty comfortable TKO second round. And we'll move on. Brendan Allen, Edmund Shabazian. First off, Brendan Allen should fire his manager. Just straight up fire his manager. What are you doing taking this fight? He could have fought one more top five guy, and guess what? He probably would have been calling up for Sean for a title fight. Maybe not right for it, but he's there. He's right up there. Now he's taken a step back in competition versus Edmund Shabazian. I know Shabazian is a great prospect. Don't get me wrong, and I agree. I agree. Shabazian is an amazing prospect. I actually have Shabazian winning here. That's why I say it's such a bad fight to take for Brendan Allen. I think Edmund Shabazian is good enough both on the feet and on the ground where they're going to be very evenly matched. But I think Edmund Shabazian gets it done on the feet. I think he shows some levels when it comes to boxing specifically, and I could just see him maybe even a third round TKO. But I don't see that. I think it's going to be 29-28 Edmund Shabazian. I think unanimous decision, not split. And that'll pretty much be it. And Brendan Allen, fire your agent, buddy. Now, to the one, this is what everyone's been waiting for. I have been very vocal throughout my entire life of how much I dislike Bilal Muhammad. But I think one family even that I dislike more than Bilal Muhammad is the Bonfim family. So give me Bilal Muhammad. I'd go 49-46. 49-46 unanimous decision. I think the grappling is going to be too much for Bonfim. I know the Bonfim is a great grappler, and I understand that. And he's clearly miles ahead better on the feet. But I think with Bilal's pressure, and once he gets him down, I don't think Bonfim's going to go anywhere. I truly don't think he's going to. So I'm going to go Bilal Muhammad 49-46. Or maybe even a fifth round TKO. We don't know how Bonfim's cardio is. And it kind of looked like he, in past fights, can tend to gas out a little bit. So who knows? You can't really bank on that though if you're Bilal Muhammad. Bilal's very smart. He knows how to get to a decision because he knows winning means more than anything. So I think Bilal Muhammad will get 49-46 unanimous decision. The scorecards will probably be 49-46, 49-46, 48-47, something like that. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Sorry for the late video. Little streaming action here. First stream on the channel. And hopefully win you all some money with these picks. See ya.